And that's it. That's it. That's peer review. So those are some of the major changes you can expect to see in the coming year. And again, these are changes for all of us. Very hard to say right now how everything's going to shake out. But what I would recommend to you as my take-home message, we know what the changes are in general that are going to come about at NIH. If there's one thing you want to think about as you're writing that research, it's impact on your field, public health impact, helping the NIH get the most results by funding you, disseminating the results broadly. So the most impact that can be obtained by funding you. So it's no longer going to be just about me, but about impact on my field, a much broader vision than we've seen in the past. And I think that will be the way of the future. For those of you doing K awards, I think it might sound grandiose to talk about impact on the field, but here's how I would address it. For those of you, I know a number of you are looking at K awards. Here's what I would think about. Your argument is going to be that this training will enable you to be an independent investigator in this very necessary area, an area that has been identified as being needed by the NIH, something that will help this nation to accomplish its research agenda. So that's how I would incorporate it there. That's the thinking that I hope that you will take home from this workshop. So I'm going to open it up to your questions. And thank you all for spending these 2 days with me. I know that writing a grant is kind of this is a necessary evil. I've really enjoyed having a chance to talk to all of you, and I'll open it up now for your questions. So questions I can help you with.
So I'm trying to understand that the score you're going to get back
Yes.
in the new system is the impact score.
Yes.
The old score was based on those 5.
Yes.
So scores would score each one individually.
Yes.
And then your score is based on all.
Exactly, on all 5 categories.
So now every reviewer is just giving one score.
If you're discussed in study section, you're going to see the overall impact score, one score. I believe, it's funny, I was looking for this too. I was wondering whether you'll still see the individual scores for like innovation. Once you have that overall impact score, you're thinking, well, okay, that's the overall impact, but what does that mean in terms of my score for my credentials, the PI, the environment? My understanding is that you will also see the 5 individual criteria, a score for each of the 5 criteria from each reviewer. That's what I believe. I'm 99% certain, again, because we haven't seen it enacted yet, you're not reading tea leaves, but there's a little bit of that. I believe that that's the way it's going to work. And I was really curious about that. I was looking all over for that. But I'm pretty certain. That overall impact score will still help enormously, even with the 5 discrete scores, because the overall impact score can be a little different. It's not just going to be, a weighted average. So you'll really get to see what they think about that all-important, what's the impact on the field going to be. And these changes will be enacted for the grants that are going in 09. So we'll certainly all begin to get a flavor when we look at some of these statements. But again, that's, gosh, it's months away. Sort of guessing game right now. An informed guessing.
And if you're not discussed, you'll still get that.
Yes.
Okay.
Even if you're not discussed in study section, in the past, the top 50% of grants, roughly, were discussed. And the way they determined top 50%, they would ask the reviewers, does this fall, into the top or bottom 50%? To be in the bottom 50% and not discussed has to be a unanimous decision. So if even one investigator thinks that there's something really compelling about your research, you are discussed in the study section. Because of the huge number of grants, it has now question. I don't know if it's going to be a death sentence in the future, but here's how it's shaken out in the past. Let's say you're in the bottom half. So in the past, you didn't get a score. You're in the bottom half. Was that a death sentence? No. A lot of grants came back from no score to being funded, but here's the caveat. You almost never went from no score to funded. So in other words, if you're not in the present system, you didn't get a score, the first hurdle you had to jump over was getting a score, and then the last revision